all of those clowns are fucking Israel shills. Okay? The whole lot of them. Tim Pool and his fake pretend, oh, well, I'm more anti-war than you, Emma Vigelin. And then when she asked him about Israel, he's like, whatcha? Like, new phone, who dis? Like, it's like he did not want to talk about it. It's like he is such an obvious shill. And all those motherfuckers who made a ton of money off pretending to be pro-free speech during COVID, Rave Dubin and fucking Barry Weiss and Brett White, the whole lot of them that were like, Jordan Peterson. Remember Jordan Peterson acted like he was this free speech warrior and how brave he was for the brave stance of refusing to apologize for misgendering Elliot Page. See, oh my gosh, I just did it. For misgendering Elliot Page. He's like, I'm not apologizing, woke cowards. And like acting like he was all brave, and then turns around and is like on Joe Rogan's show or whoever show he was on a couple weeks ago, crying and whining about how there wasn't enough censorship of people criticizing the Israeli regime. Like, they're so full of shit. I just can't.
Well, speaking of somebody who we think the world of and is a friend of yours, we're not going to play the clip, but I think anybody who's followed our channel knows that we've highlighted Jacob Berger a time or two, in particular when he was in New York City with the Free Palestine Hasidic Jews. And you had that white Ashkenazi woman who walked up to them and had a conniption fit about, you're not a Jew and this and that. And all I'm thinking is, Jacob you see, it's not about Jacob being Jewish. He just has that New Yorker attitude of like, I ain't taking this shit. Don't even think about putting this in my direction. And the fact that he's got the cojones to be out there in Malta right now, I mean, my God, talk about balls. And this was from the other day because little Greta Thunberg, who was the face of the climate movement in this country, was this close to being killed the other day. And people want to pretend like it didn't actually happen, but it did. And so this is a message that was put out with Jacob and Greta the other day.
Thank you everyone for your solidarity with the Freedom Attila campaign, and thank you for continuously raising your voices and demand a free Palestine. It's great to see.
Thank you so much, everybody. The job is not done. We must do everything we can to keep raising awareness, to create a humanitarian pathway to help the people of Gaza.
We need to demand accountability, and we need to understand that we're not expecting anymore the governments to do something. We need to unite as people, and we need to see a free Palestine and the end of the genocide.
Palestinians have been leading the resistance for decades. The world cannot be silent bystanders. Everyone has to raise their voice.
Free Palestine.
Yep. Damn right.
And that's why we also need to continue to fight these social media platforms, because that is so much how so much organizing happens and education happens, and they're trying to take that away. Like, I keep trying to like press upon people that there is an assault on our First Amendment. There's a huge, like, an active assault on our First Amendment, on our free speech, on our ability. Like, I did not have any idea the type of censorship that was happening in this country until this happened. Like, I've never, not even during COVID, I've never seen the type of censorship and the assaults on the First Amendment that I've seen, backed up by everyone from the lobbies, our politicians, the government, the corporations. Like, it's crazy the amount of the social media platforms of censorship that is in this country. And they're cracking down on it even harder because they don't want people's minds to change, which again,
well, they're losing control. That's what's happening.
Yes, and that's why they're cracking down so hard. And that's why they don't want to see those videos, because that was another big thing that also shifted my mindset and helped me understand what's happening in Palestine, was just the videos out of Gaza. What was coming out of Gaza, the videos I was seeing were so horrifying. And they're like, no, our country's like, nah, we can't let them see that. Like, this is, and that's how they use it to like censor us, you know? So that's why I think about Greta Thunberg, like, for instance, like, yeah, she was the face, and then she starts talking about this, and now they don't want to talk about her. They don't want to talk about her. They don't want to deal with her. She's not cute anymore. She's not a media darling anymore. And the fact that barely, I don't even think it made mainstream media news. Not at
all.
It's insane. And like, yeah, I love Jacob. He's wonderful. He was just like here a couple of weeks ago. We were doing content together, and the fact that I admire so much that like he's in Egypt, that he's not afraid to be there, that like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. I was freaking out when that happened because I was worried, like, are they gonna, especially since we know, and I know this now, that if you're an American and Israel kills you, our government won't do shit.
No, they don't care. No,
They-
you've heard about the Liberty, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, now I have. But like
Right.
before, I used to think, again, everything is the whole thing with Israel and Palestine, and specifically what has happened in Gaza, has actually changed my brain chemistry. Like it literally has
Same.
changed everything about my politics, everything about the way I see
It
the world.
should. You know what?
Yeah.
It should. The fact that I say this every time, this is not normal. This is not normal. We should never accept this as normal. And the people who aren't being changed by this, they are either the problem or they're psychopathic, right? Or both. You could be both the problem and psychopathic. But like the fact that people are not being affected by this, that's a sign of their issue, right?
Mhm.
Like I can't, like I am never going to be the same again. I am
Same,
never
yeah.
going to be over this. I am never going to be okay. Like it's done. Like, and I feel like I'm not going to say like it's ruined my life, but it has definitely altered who I am.
For sure. 100%. Don't ever think I'm going to be the same. Like it just, I don't think the same. I don't feel the world the same through anything.
Yeah.
I think it's imperative that I think a lot of us got into, I mean, I've always had an interest in politics since I was young, and I studied it in college and all that, but I got hooked in the summer of 2015 because of Bernie Sanders. That was where I really felt that there was somebody who was trying to lead this country that was doing it clean, which to me was always the thing that attracted me the most to Bernie. I don't agree with all of his policies, but I know that you're dealing with somebody who's not bought and paid for by corporate special interests. A lot of his takes are not good, but I will tell you,
At this point, he might as well take AIPAC money.
if you're
He might as
not,
well take your money.
yeah, if you're not going to fight the way that you need to fight in this moment, then it's not acceptable anymore.
He gave them the money. He signed off for the money. He is trying to distract us with Medicare for all right now. I never thought I would say that somebody's trying to distract us with Medicare for all, but that is what he's doing to usher and sheepdog people back into the Democratic Party.
And that's the thing that I don't understand, Blakeley, because at this point, he knows what's going on. So does Alex. Like they could pretend like they don't, and they could be like, well, things are more important. No. And especially for him, because I do believe this is his swan song. I can't see him continuing to be in elected office after he's 90 plus years old. But who knows the way this is going? Jen likes to say the Democratic Party is running a hospice at this point. There are twice as many elected Democrats at the federal level than Republicans that are over the age of 70. That's kind of scary. And
Amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah.
God.
But
They
it's
will
really,
not pass the baton. They
No.
will not pass the baton. Like they don't want to. You're gonna have to pry it from their dying carcasses. And then even then, all they still care about is their portfolios.
oh, and by the way, Jen,
that's
and
all
by
that
the way, the Democratic yearly gala that's taking place in June for the Florida Democrats, who do you think is the keynote speaker for that wonderful event?
Oh my God, I haven't heard this year. Who is it?
Cory Booker is the keynote speaker.
No.
Keynote speaker in 2016. He was the Florida Blue keynote speaker in 2016. And I remember people like leaving and saying, yeah, he's really just not that interesting. But like now,
He sucks.
oh, Corey,
He sucks.
prior to Israel, I just called him Big Pharma Booker. But now it's like there's a whole host of things I could say.
Oh, yeah, no, he really is a trailblazer when it comes to being corrupt and taking large donations from the military industrial complex. And I thought that the fact that he did that filibuster, which it wasn't, but that speech for 24 hours without mentioning Gaza once, without mentioning Mahmoud Khalil once, without Rumesa Assad, I thought it was disgraceful, which is
It's
the
horrible.
reason why when I made a video criticizing it that went viral for the wrong reasons, people were mad, the liberals were mad. I got a million people yelling at me saying I was racist and anti-Black because Cory Booker's a hero. And honestly, I did not give a fuck. Like if I could have gotten away with making a response to all of those idiots and clowning on them for what fucking hacks they are, I would have. But a lot of these platforms are very censorious, and so you can't just like go after like
No.
like, you people are clowns. Like, you people are clowns. Like, that's what you're doing.
They're very, very privileged. It's a very delusional mindset. So when I went to, right after Cory Booker's big speech, was the hands-off rallies, as you recall. And I went to the one that was down here in Broward County, the one in Hollywood, and it was all like privileged older white people with their hands off Social Security. I was wearing keffiyeh. There was one other person there that was like a Gaza protester. And there's a woman, and I took a picture of her, like I was cheering her on, but I forwarded it to Peter, and her sign said, "What Cory said." That was what her sign said, like what Cory said.
But
and
you know what?
That's who was our protest down here.
But the good news is that that type of fervor is dying. And even the people that will come on our threads, and I have to, because I always say, thank you for commenting. Even if you tell me to go fuck myself, I don't care, because you're actually helping our channel. You're helping it reach more people. So if you're going to comment, I don't care what you say. But I will tell them that if you think that telling us, how dare you criticize Bernie or AOC, how dare you not support so-and-so, Trump is this, Trump is that, and I'm thinking, keep screaming. Maybe try screaming even louder. It's not going to work again or ever again.